Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the star of our show, Terry.
Welcome, ghouls and ghosts, to a bone-chilling episode of The Music and Me. I am your host, Terry, and today we are diving into the most iconic Halloween anthem of all time, in my opinion. Now, if you're like me, Halloween is one of your absolute favorite holidays. I just love everything about it. Carving pumpkins, dressing up in costumes, and of course, cranking up those spooky tunes. And there's one song that's been haunting Halloween parties for decades, and it's my all time favorite Halloween song. So I'm so excited to celebrate it with you today. We're talking about the one, the only Thriller by Michael Jackson. Thriller, as I said, is hands down one of my absolute favorite Halloween songs of all time. Every year, when Halloween rolls around, it's the first thing that I blast. I've been hooked on it ever since I saw that epic music video for the first time. I remember thinking, wow, this is more than just a music video. This is a mini horror movie. It was so amazing. I loved everything about it. The eerie sound effects, the spooky storyline, and of course, that choreography. The way the zombies moved in perfect sync with Michael Jackson was just jaw-dropping. I've never actually learned the full Thriller dance, but I've always wanted to. And I've given it sort of a try in one of my workout videos. But maybe this year, I will finally learn the entire dance. I mean, how cool would it be to break out into the Thriller dance at a Halloween party? Which I am having a Halloween party at my house. We're actually having a scavenger hunt the Saturday after Halloween. I'm very excited about that. In today's episode, we are going to dive deep into why Thriller has become the ultimate Halloween anthem. We'll talk about the story behind the song, the iconic music video that changed the game, and how Thriller continues to inspire Halloween fun decades later. So, whether you're a longtime fan like me of the song or hearing it for the first time, which if you have not heard the song, shame on you. So let's get ready to explore the spooky magic that makes Thriller the soundtrack of Halloween. All right, let me paint the picture for you. Thriller, yes, the Thriller isn't just a song, it's a whole experience. Imagine this. It's 1982. The king of pop himself, Michael Jackson, has already wowed the world with songs like Billie Jean and Beat It. But then he drops Thriller and everything changes. First off, the song itself is a masterpiece of funky beats, creepy vibes, and a bit of playful horror. From the very first bass line, you are hooked. Then Michael's voice comes in, smooth as ever, but with this spooky twist. And it's like he's telling you a ghost story at a Halloween party. And speaking of ghost stories, this song is all about suspense. We're talking about zombies, werewolves, and that feeling when something's lurking in the dark, but you don't know what it is. The real chiller, though, is Vincent Price. You've probably heard his voice even if you don't know his name. He is the king of horror movies from back in the day. And in Thriller, he delivers this haunting rap in his deep, eerie voice, complete with an evil laugh at the end that's downright iconic. All right, get this. Believe it or not, Thriller wasn't always the spine-tingling Dance with Zombies anthem we all know and love. Nope, it actually started off as something way less spooky. Are you sitting down? Because this might blow your mind. It was originally called, drumroll please, Starlight. That's right, the song that now makes you think of ghouls, werewolves, and that unforgettable zombie dance was once about, well, shining like a star. A little less Halloween, a little more disco ball, right? But here's the thing. Rod Temperton, the genius songwriter behind Thriller, wasn't satisfied. Something just wasn't clicking. I mean, come on. Starlight? That doesn't exactly make you want to hide under the covers. He knew it needed a bit of a makeover. A creepier vibe, something with bite, something that would make you feel like you're being watched in the dark. So, Rod goes back to the drawing board, and bam, inspiration hits. He thinks, What if we lean into the thrills? Something dangerous, mysterious, something that'll make your hair stand on end. And just like that, the word thriller pops into his head. Game changer. Suddenly, this wasn't just a catchy tune anymore. It was a full-on cinematic experience waiting to happen. The wolves started howling, the doors started creaking, and the ghostly footsteps began echoing through the track. Rod turned what was a twinkly, feel-good bop into a spooky, edge-of-your-seat masterpiece. It's like he wrapped the whole song in a Halloween costume and made it come to life with its creepy sound effects and eerie atmosphere. Let's be real. Can you imagine Starlight having the same legendary status as Thriller? No way. With one word, Rod took it from stargazing to legend making, and the rest, as they say, is history. Or should I say, Thriller legend. All right, so we've talked about the making of Thriller and how it became a monster hit, pun intended. But now it is time to dive into the spooky magic that made it legendary, the music video. Scratch that. This wasn't just a music video, it was a full-on mini horror movie that changed the game. So buckle up because we're about to get creepy, campy, and downright awesome. Michael Jackson didn't want your average, everyday video where he's singing into a mic and doing some cool dance moves. Oh no, he had much bigger plans. The King of Pop wanted to give us all nightmares. The fun kind, of course, by turning Thriller into an epic cinematic event. So, who does he call to bring this spooky vision to life? None other than John Landis, the director behind An American Werewolf in London. This guy was a pro at mixing horror and humor, and together, he and Michael cooked up something wild. The video kicks off like any classic horror movie. Michael and his date are strolling through the woods when, bam, Michael goes full werewolf on us. But here's the twist. Just when you think, oh cool, that's the big reveal, the video pulls a switcheroo and suddenly we're back in a movie theater. Michael and his girlfriend are watching this all unfold on screen. You think the nightmare's over, right? Wrong. The dead start rising from their graves, and before you know it, Michael's leading a full-on zombie dance party. And it's the most legendary dance party in music history. No big deal, just zombies grooving in perfect sync. And let's talk about that dance. You know the one. The shoulder pops, the claw hands, the creepy but smooth as heck choreography. Iconic. It's just spooky enough to send chills down your spine, but still so much fun that people have been trying to master it at every Halloween party since the 80s. Admit it, you've tried those moves in front of a mirror at least once. What made it all so perfect was the way it balanced horror with playfulness. You got terrifying werewolves and zombies, but it's all wrapped up in this campy, fun, totally Michael Jackson way. And that's what made it unforgettable. The makeup, the special effects, Vincent Price's creepy voiceover, and of course, those killer, get it, dance moves. It was like watching your favorite monster movie, except this time, the King of Pop was the star. Thanks to Michael and Landis, Thriller wasn't just another music video, it became a Halloween tradition, a cultural phenomenon, and an epic 14-minute masterpiece that people still love to watch and attempt to dance to every year. And I just watched this music video again right before I recorded, and still amazing. I love it. It's like a mini horror movie, but with a great tune. All right, let's talk about the spooky magic behind the scenes of Thriller, because trust me, the making of this iconic video was just as wild and fun as the finished product. Are you ready for this? First off, Michael Jackson wasn't messing around when it came to his werewolf transformation. Oh no, he wanted it to be epic, like straight out of a full-on monster movie. So who do you call when you need some bone-chilling creature magic? Rick Baker, of course. This guy is a special effects wizard, known for his crazy good work on horror films. The whole transformation scene where Michael's eyes glow and he turns into a terrifying werewolf took hours and hours of makeup and prosthetics. We're talking latex, fake hair, the works. But what was the result? Absolute nightmare fuel, in the best possible way, of course. But wait, it wasn't all about the scars and special effects. It was a ton of hard work, too. Let's talk about that legendary zombie dance. You know, the one that sends Halloween parties into chaos as everyone tries to bust out their best zombie moves? Well, filming that wasn't exactly a walk in the graveyard. They had to get all the dancers decked out in full-on zombie makeup to move together in perfect sync. Now imagine trying to hit all those smooth moves while looking like The Walking Dead. Yeah, not as easy as it sounds. These dancers were committed, though. They had to spend hours nailing each move, all while looking spooky and cool at the same time. And here's the kicker. Some of them were so into character that they stayed in their zombie makeup even during the breaks. They just casually crept around the set. That sounds like something I would do. Picture grabbing a snack at craft services only to have a zombie lurch up next to you asking for a sandwich. It was like a mini horror movie happening off camera. And those long days on set, totally worth it. Michael Jackson was a perfectionist, and he wasn't settling for anything less than iconic. Every detail, from the werewolf transformation to that jaw-dropping dance routine, had to be on point. And boy, did he deliver. The result is a video that didn't just look cool, but became the ultimate Halloween tradition. Every October, people dust off their zombie costumes and try to nail that dance. So next time you're watching Thriller, remember that the magic didn't just happen on screen. There were some seriously spooky and fun moments going on behind the scenes too. As if Thriller wasn't spooky enough, Michael Jackson decided to up the creepy factor by bringing in the ultimate horror legend Vincent Price. Yep, the man who practically invented spooky. You might not know his name right away, but trust me, you've definitely heard his voice. That deep, eerie, bone-chilling voice that makes your hair stand on end. So here's the deal. Michael and producer Quincy Jones were already cooking up a hit, but they knew the song needed that final scare factor to really cement it as the ultimate Halloween anthem. And who better than Vincent Price, the king of classic horror films like House of Wax and The Fly? This guy had been giving audiences nightmares for decades, and now he was about to haunt our radios with his epic voiceover in Thriller. But hold on, it gets even better. Not only did Vincent Price deliver that spooky as heck monologue about creatures crawling in search of blood and terror of the night, but he went off script in the most epic way possible. Yep, that sinister evil laugh at the end. That wasn't even planned. Vincent just threw it in because, well, he's Vincent Price. And suddenly, what could have been a cool voiceover turned into pure horror magic. Can you imagine? This guy's in the studio doing his creepy thing, and then he hits you with that iconic villainous laugh that makes you want to check under your bed. It's like Vincent Price knew exactly how to wrap up the song with the perfect touch of theatrical spooky fun. That laugh was the cherry on top of this already freaky Sunday, and it sealed Thriller as more than just a song. It became a whole experience. The funky fun beat of Michael Jackson mixed with Vincent Price's dramatic horror-filled voiceover, absolute perfection. So the next time you're grooving to Thriller and that legendary laugh makes you shiver, just remember it wasn't in the script. That was pure Vincent Price magic, and it's the moment that turned Thriller into the ultimate spooky masterpiece. And it's one of my favorite parts of the song. I just love all the sound effects of the song and everything. Okay, so I have more to discuss, but first, here's my interesting fact of the week. Welcome to my interesting fact of the week. All right, ghouls and ghosts, it is now time for a little trivia. I'm going to drop some spooky fun facts that'll have you howling like a werewolf. Did you know that Michael Jackson himself was terrified to make the werewolf transformation in the Thriller video? Yep, the King of Pop was actually nervous about going full monster mode. But thanks to legendary director John Landis, he embraced his inner beast and gave us one of the most iconic transformations in music video history. Talk about facing your fears. And here's another fantastic fact for you. The Thriller music video was the first ever to be inducted into the National Film Registry. That's right, Thriller made history, becoming more than just a music video. It's officially recognized as a cultural treasure. That's some legendary Halloween magic right there. So the next time you watch Thriller, remember, it's not just a song, it's a piece of film history. How cool is that? And now, back to our episode. Welcome back, everybody. All right, so I briefly mentioned the dance earlier in this episode, but let's dive a little bit deeper into that iconic dance. You know the one. The second those iconic opening notes of Thriller hit and Michael Jackson's shoulders do that little twitch, you know it's about to go down. Suddenly, zombies are coming to life and we're all itching to jump in and bust out those legendary moves. It's spooky, it's fun, and it's impossible to resist. The Thriller dance has basically taken over Halloween, haunted parties, flash mobs, and yes, even your local haunted house. Michael Jackson wasn't satisfied with just a creepy video. Nope, he wanted a full-blown dance spectacle. And thanks to choreographer Michael Peters, we got a routine that's as spooky as it is cool. From the stiff, jerky zombie arms to those eerie head tilts, it's the perfect balance of terrifying and totally danceable. Who knew the undead could groove like that? Here's the real fun part. This dance has become the Halloween tradition. Every October, people all over the world are throwing on their zombie makeup, ripping up some old clothes, and giving their best Michael Jackson impression. Whether it's a group of friends at a Halloween bash, a flash mob at the mall, or even a random group of zombies doing a dance-off in the street, the Thriller routine takes center stage. And let's be real, you don't have to be a pro dancer to join in the fun. In fact, half the entertainment is watching people give it their best shot. Because whether you nail it or just zombie shuffle your way through, you are having a blast. The moves scream Halloween, and the dance, it's pure joy. Even if you're at home watching the video alone, tell me you haven't been tempted to throw in a little shoulder twitch or a zombie stomp. No judgment. Everyone's done it. Even I've done it. The Thriller dance has become the ultimate Halloween anthem in motion. You hear the song, and suddenly you're transported to a world of zombie boogies and monster grooves. So when Halloween rolls around, and you're at a party or out trick-or-treating, don't be surprised if a bunch of ghouls and ghosts suddenly break out into the Thriller dance. It's the one dance that refuses to stay dead, and honestly, who would want it to? So grab your zombie crew and join the fun, because Thriller is here to slay every spooky season. All right, everybody, let's be real. The real reason Thriller is the ultimate Halloween anthem isn't just that unforgettable beat or the legendary dance, it's all the spine-tingling sound effects that start creeping in from the very first note. Let's start with the eerie organ. You hear it, and bam, instant haunted house vibes. It's like you're tiptoeing through a creepy mansion when suddenly, dun 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 dun, it's a straight-up homage to classic horror movies, setting the stage for a ghoulishly good time. And just when you think you've got a handle on the spooky factor, boom, here comes the thunderstorm. Crackling lightning, rolling thunder. It's like you've been teleported into a scene from your favorite scary movie. Oh, and those creaky doors? You know what's coming when you hear those in any horror flick. Something's about to jump out at you. Michael Jackson and producer Quincy Jones were absolute wizards when it came to layering these freaky effects. The wolves start howling, and suddenly you can practically feel the chill in the air. The sound effects don't just sit in the background, they drag you into this eerie world where zombies rise from the dead, and creatures of the night are on the prowl. It's spooky, but in the most fun, party-ready way. And let's not forget how Thriller flipped the script on what pop music could be. It wasn't just another dance track, It was a monster of a song, blending gothic horror elements with a funky beat. I mean, seriously, who else was throwing in spooky organs, werewolf howls, and creepy sound effects into a hit single? Thriller didn't just break the mold, it obliterated it. Suddenly, you had a song that was both a total jam and a full on haunted experience. No wonder it became the go to Halloween track. Then, of course, we have Vincent Price. Ah, Vincent. We've talked about him earlier in this episode. The king of spooky cinema. The second he starts his haunting voiceover, it's like you're getting a ghost story told just for you. Darkness falls across the land. The midnight hour is close at hand. Ooh, chills. Literal goosebumps when I hear that. His voice took the spooky factor to a whole new level, transforming the song from fun spooky to bone-chilling horror. And who could ever forget that evil laugh at the end? Creepy, sinister perfection. Next time you crank up Thriller at your Halloween party or just in your car, take a moment to soak in all those spooky little details. The howling wolves, crackling thunder, and Vincent Price's wicked laugh. Thriller is not just a song, it's a full-on spooky experience. And you can't dive into Halloween music without giving a shout out to the one and only Thriller. This isn't just one of Michael Jackson's biggest hits, it's officially the best-selling Halloween-themed song of all time. Yep, you heard me right. Thriller has donned its spooky crown, and there's no dethroning this Halloween heavyweight anytime soon. Every October, like clockwork, Thriller rises from the grave, just like those iconic zombies, and crashes back onto Halloween playlists around the globe. Whether you're haunting a house, getting your groove on at a Halloween bash, or jamming out on your daily drive, you can't escape the spell of Thriller. It's like a Halloween rite of passage. October rolls around, and suddenly those killer beats are echoing everywhere. It's practically the official anthem of Halloween, bringing spooky fun to life wherever it plays. I mean, can you even imagine Halloween without it? I cannot. It's downright impossible. So what keeps Thriller alive and kicking decades later? It's the perfect potion of everything you need for a killer Halloween track. It's spooky, it's fun, and it's utterly unforgettable. You've got the eerie sound effects and Vincent Price's creepy voiceover setting the Halloween mood. But it's also a dance track that makes you want to bust a move. It strikes that magical balance. Not too scary for the kiddos, but still cool enough for adults to rock out to it year after year. That mix of chills and playful vibes, plus its legendary music video, has cemented Thriller as a timeless Halloween classic. And let's talk about the global sensation that Thriller has inspired. Zombie walks and flash mobs. Every Halloween, you'll find legions of people dressing up as the undead and breaking out the iconic Thriller dance in cities all around the world. Flash mobs pop up like ghouls from a grave. One moment, it's a normal day, and the next, you've got a crowd grooving in sync to Michael's unforgettable moves in the streets, malls, or parks. It's become the ultimate go-to routine for anyone looking to get into the Halloween spirit. Seriously, have you even experienced Halloween if you haven't attempted the Thriller dance at least once, or at least tried a few of those moves? And these flash mobs and zombie walks aren't just happening in the US. From Tokyo to London to Rio, people everywhere are embracing the spooky tradition. It's truly a global phenomenon, uniting fans of all ages in a Halloween celebration like no other. Thriller has morphed from a song into a full-on experience, a cultural moment that comes alive every year just like the zombies in its video. So when Halloween rolls around, it's not just about candy, costumes, and pumpkins. It's all about Thriller. It's the song that keeps haunting us in the best way possible. It's the ultimate soundtrack to Halloween, reminding us that the spooky season is meant to be fun, danceable, and just a tad creepy. There you have it, ghouls and goblins. Michael Jackson's Thriller truly stands as the ultimate Halloween anthem, a perfect blend of spooky chills, infectious fun, and legendary music. Whether it's the eerie sound effects, Vincent Price's haunting voice, or that iconic zombie dance, Thriller has been creeping its way into our Halloween celebrations for decades, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. I want to thank you all for tuning in to this special Halloween episode. I had so much fun sharing why Thriller is my favorite Halloween song of all time, and I hope you enjoyed reliving the magic and the spookiness of this unforgettable track. Also, if you have not heard this song, please go listen to it because it's the best Halloween song out there. All right. Now, as much as I love Halloween, election season is also creeping up. So, next week, I am taking a little break from the spooky and diving into something just as exciting, the incredible musical Selfs. It's a powerful show about the fight for women's suffrage, and with election time coming, I thought it was the perfect topic to explore. You won't want to miss it. And of course, have a spook-tacular Halloween. Until next time, stay spooky, stay safe, and keep the music alive. Peace out, everybody. This has been the Music and Me podcast. Subscribe now so you don't miss a beat.